basically using financial incentives, thank you, to coordinate and to incentivize their bootstrapping stage. What does that mean? Try to think of it as a marketplace, where on one side there's operators, there's enterprises who have connectivity needs in certain places, and on the other, local people, local businesses basically get incentivized, get financial rewards to deploy and to maintain that infrastructure. It's a concept. One that basically says that connectivity infrastructure deployment can be more efficient, more resilient, more performant. One that says that CapEx can be crowdsourced, where the labor costs, where the maintenance costs can basically be distributed to whoever is deploying, either the people or the businesses deploying that infrastructure in those places. It's a concept that says that there's no real estate costs. Whoever is deploying owns that real estate. One that allows for open and global deployments, as well as new business models. Long story short, what I want to explain and where I wanted to focus is this blue part. And this concept is all about this flywheel, these network effects. And that's something that we believe in, and we've been trying to prove, or at least to try to test this. So we believe that in places where there's connectivity needs, if there's more coverage, then enterprises, operators can basically have a better user experience in those locations. With better user experience, basically those systems get more used, there's more demand. With more demand, there's more incentives to deploy more infrastructure, and so on. At the very, very, very core, this is what this thesis is all about. We also believe that tokenization is a great use case for this, and that it can actually even attract new investors to deploying more infrastructure connectivity. More connectivity infrastructure, sorry. That's kind of what we're doing. We at Uplink, we've decided to test this out. So we're trying to build an ecosystem or a marketplace where we try to bridge enterprise relationships that we've been building throughout these years that have specific connectivity needs in specific places, and we basically incentivize people to deploy infrastructure there, and we try to bring other partners in, such as OEMs and other companies like all of us that are here. We're not new to the telecommunication game. This is something new that we're trying to prove, but we've been doing this, or we've been in the connectivity industry since 2016. We've worked with utility companies such as T-Mobile or E.ON, which eventually even became our investors. We've been deploying different parts of infrastructure and helping enterprises build systems all over Europe, US, South America, and we've been getting awards for this. But now what we're focusing right now is basically try to prove if this decentralized connectivity makes sense and if we can actually achieve better connectivity or expand connectivity in the world through it. So we tried. So last year, we basically talked with some of our clients, some of the Fortune 500 companies we work with, some of the operators we work with, and we asked, let's test this out. So in some places in Latin America, we basically identified, or these enterprises identified locations where they needed better connectivity for them to run their own services. And we create a system that basically would automatically incentivize people there to deploy and maintain that infrastructure. And reality is, the results were actually pretty good. In these places, we actually gave 23% more clients to our customer. And we're talking about places where they basically already kind of own that location. So that was a really interesting thing to see. We actually helped connect more 45% more devices in those locations. And then each single device on average consumed 41% more data. So for us, by doing this, we kind of saw that there's potential here. And I think that's why we're here. At the end of the day, what we're trying to do is really just bring incentives for more connectivity infrastructure, for better connectivity to be deployed. But at the end of the day, we're trying to bring these incentives, we're trying to bring these players, but it's all up, I would say, to us to actually build that ecosystem. So thank you so much to everyone. We have a booth out there. If there's any question, we'll be happy to speak. One thing I want to say is we have really interesting data from these deployments we've been doing last year, extremely interesting. We have more than 16 NDAs attached to it, but in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be able to start revealing some of this, and we're prepared to that. I'll love to speak to you guys about it. Let's speak one-on-one. I'll speak in cryptic, but I'll be able to give some answers. And thank you so much for your time.
Okay, 1 second. We'll see if anybody got a quick question from anybody. Why? So, okay.
Is this technology agnostic, Wi-Fi, 5G, 4G?
Yes. So,
how are you different than me?
Great question. So first, it is technology agnostic, even though we're just starting. Again, we're trying to prove the model. We're trying to prove the business model. So we're starting with Wi-Fi. That's where we very quickly could start deploying this and testing. On the question on how we're different, I honestly don't know how to reply. I can say that there were a big inspiration for us, and we actually believe we can cooperate. We don't think this is, again, we're trying to build an ecosystem. So I don't know. I think it kind of depends on their strategy as well. But for us, we're really open to open this up. And we know that if this will become a reality, players like us and players like others, there will be some points where we will need to cooperate and maybe even find some interoperability between each other. And we've been having some discussions with other Web3 players trying to do something similar. And yeah, it's I think there also will need to be some interoperability. And at the end of the day, the financial models need to make sense. That's like without it, without it, this is a trend for a couple of years, but then it's not here to stay. We don't believe in that. We truly believe that there's a lot of growth, of potential growth here.
Thank you. Also, we want to congratulate Uplink because on Monday, I believe you achieved your open roaming compliance working with GLInet as well. So you are one of the newest members. GLInet have also joined, but thank you for your support. Congratulations.
It's been a pleasure. You guys are amazing. Really. Thank you so much for everyone.